This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to introduce you to an incredible new roulette system called the Boss's Cousin, and I'm going to be using it at the casino tonight. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Mark Lyons from Kansas City, who plays at Ameristar, where I go and visit family regularly, and I can't wait to test it out tonight and test it today with you guys, and we're going to test it against the No Boss Roulette system that I've been using a lot in the casino, and I'm going to share with you all the little bits of information that make it work so well, and the Boss's Cousin, which I'm going to be using tonight because it looks fantastic. And let's just get started with this competition, and each is going to get 15 minutes of playtime. And what we're going to be looking for with the no boss system is 3 in the row of a dozen. So before we get started, we're going to make sure we get 3 in a row of a dozen. It doesn't take too long. I recommend playing this automated roulette so that you don't actually even have to hit the spin button. Just grab a free drink and chill out until you see 3 in a row of a dozen. And then you place your bets, and you make so much money per win. And we have 2 in a row right now that you don't need to get a lot of spins in there. And then once I'm done using this strategy, I'll go over to the live dealer. Okay, we have 3 in a row. We have our trigger, so we're going to bet on the other 2 with $100 each. And let's go ahead and spin. This was sent in by Alan, and this is the No Boss Roulette system. That's a 28 black, and I use this every time I go at least once, and really love it. So we're up $100. And for those of you I ran into in Las Vegas, you probably saw me using this strategy, and it works really well. So now we're going to wait for 3 in a row again. And again, the worst thing that can happen is you don't get 3 in a row and you leave with $100. But I try to get 200 and then go do something else. And we have 2 in a row already here. So let's go ahead and spin. Again, this is the No Boss Roulette system by Alan. He sent this in saying he hated his boss. He quit his job, and he makes $200 a day with this strategy. And I've been using it as a quick in and out strategy before I do other stuff, and consistently make $200 a day with this. And if you do happen to lose, the most you would lose would be $750. It's a 2 bullet strategy. I do at 100 each and then $250 each. And but when I've stayed, for a very short time, I have not lost with this. The only time that I've lost with it is one time at Circa, when I stayed way too long and just kept doing it over and over. So I think it's a fantastic in and out strategy. And then I'm going to share with you the Boss's Cousin coming up. But let's get our 3 in a row here with the No Boss Roulette system here first. And again, Mark Lyons from Kansas City, Missouri, who plays at Ameristar, sent this other strategy, the Boss's Cousin, in. I think you're going to love it because I'm already going to use it tonight in the casino. That's an 8 black. We're waiting for our 3 in a row trigger of a dozen. Doesn't usually take too long. But again, I just get a free drink, sit down, and wait. And then I have my bets ready. We have 2 in a row right now. And here we go. Let's see what we get. We didn't get 3 in a row there, so we'll just keep waiting. But again, it's not. I thought that when I first started playing this, I was going to not like the waiting. But actually, it's kind of nice to just sit there and enjoy a free drink and just talk to people. And people don't even realize that you're not betting if you're playing with the automated machine. And that's the one where the ball falls. We have 2 in a row now. And then once I'm done with this, I'll go play with the live dealer. That's a 3 red. Okay, we didn't get it there, so we'll just let it keep going. And once we have our next trigger, we'll make our second $100. And then normally that's when I would cash out, but we're going to test it for the full 15 minutes today, just so you can see any ups and downs in the strategy. And then we'll get to that new one of the day, the Boss's Cousin, which I'm going to use tonight in the casino. We have 2 in a row right now with the No Boss Roulette system. And here we go. That's a 25 red. All right, there's our next trigger. So here we go. Let's make our second $100 bill here so we can leave with 200. But actually, we're going to keep playing this for the 15 minutes. That's a 17 black. And there you go. There's your $200. And then you just go along your way. And that's the way this strategy works best. But we're going to use it for the full 15 minutes today so that you can see if there are any ups and downs in it if you were to sit. Again, the only time I've lost with this is the one time that I sat too long. The rest of the time, we already have 2 in a row again. I have not lost with this when I'm just trying to get in and out. And that's a 34 red. And let's go ahead and spin again. And again, the nice thing too is if you do lose both of them, the most you lose is 750. And if you're winning, 200 each time you go, if you 1 out of 10 you lose 750, you're going to be just fine. But it's definitely a good one to get in and get out, like Sonny always says. And remember to grab one of those cash out shirts at theroulettemaster.com. I wear those to remind me of what Sonny always says, which is, for those of you who don't know who Sonny is, he works at a casino. He's worked in casinos his whole life as a pit boss and manager. And he works right next to where I play at Circa. And has a lot of good wisdom out there. And he's right. When you get up a good amount, cash out. And there's 2 in a row. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. Oh, we almost got 3 in a row there, but we didn't get our trigger. But again, at first I thought that was going to bother me when we didn't get it. But I started thinking, well, what's the worst thing that can happen? I don't get another trigger, and then I leave with $200 that I didn't have. So it's not a bad thing, and you miss out on a lot of bad stuff when you're not betting. And you're going to see that as we go through today. You're going to see how many we might get some zeros or some stuff that would normally, be bad for what we're doing. And a lot of times it happens while you're not betting, which is nice. Usually it's the zeros that you notice when you're doing that. And that's a 3 red. So we have 2 in a row right now of a dozen. Let's see what we get here. And we didn't get it. That's a 26 black. But again, no big deal. We're already up $200, so we're good there. All right, we'll just keep spinning until we get it. And again, we're up $200. And and I'll tell you a little bit about my trips coming up. I have 2 Vegas trips booked, and I'm going to be going to the Northeast. And there's 2 in a row there. Let's go ahead and spin again. I'm going to be going in, and actually it's interesting that Mark Lyon sent this in from Ameristar, Kansas City, where I play a lot because I have family there. And there's our next trigger. So I'll continue with that after we win another $100 right here. We're going to bet on the other 2 and spin. And if we don't get it, we'll bet $250 on each. And that's a 28 black. And we lost it. Okay. And this is why, you usually if you're up 200, walk. Like I said, I've only lost, and we haven't lost yet because I put $250 on each after I lose. So we haven't lost yet, but the only time that I have lost with this is when I sat there way too long, and then eventually I did lose one. But we got the win, so that's a 9 red. And that's what usually happens. Usually, if you've had 4 in a row, you don't get 5, and we're up 250. So we'll start. Let's go ahead and spin again. I'll tell you kind of about some of the trips I'm going on. So the Mark Lyon who sent this in is from Ameristar, Kansas City. One of the really good casino hosts I had, Kyle, that was from there. We already have 2 in a row again. We might get another trigger here soon. He left Ameristar, Kansas City, which I was sad to see him leave. We didn't get the trigger on that one, but he left to go to MGM in Massachusetts near Boston. And so I think we're planning a trip in late December, early January to go to Boston and all the Northeast states. So that should be fun. And then also I have 2 trips booked to Vegas, one in the week before Thanksgiving. And then also I have one in December booked from the 11th through the 17th. So looking forward to that. Going to be staying at Circa. That's going to be an all guys gambling trip there. That'll be a lot of fun. Circa is pure adult fun if you haven't been there yet. And that's a 28 black. And we still don't have a trigger, but that's okay. The worst thing is we leave up $250, which isn't a bad thing. So let's see what we get here. And this is the no boss roulette system sent in by Alan, who said he hated his boss. He quit his job and makes $200 a day using this strategy. You can find the original video if you want to watch it. That would be fantastic. It was about a month ago this first came out, and it has already 110,000 views on YouTube. So you definitely can check that out. And we don't have our next trigger yet. But again, if we don't get another one and we leave $250 up, no big deal. That's a 21 red. Okay, we have 2 in a row, and you see we're still up 250. And this new strategy of the day, the Boss's Cousin by Mark Lyon, I'm going to be using tonight. So really looking forward to that. We still don't have our trigger, so we'll just let it keep going. And I can't wait to share with you with that coming up, or that with you coming up, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to show you how the profits escalate with this system and how you can win it really quickly and then just get out of Dodge with a lot of money, similar to the No Boss roulette system. This is the Boss's Cousin by Mark Lyon, and it's really cool how the profits escalate with this one. And let's keep spinning, and I think you're really going to enjoy that. It's coming up here real soon. That's a 12 red. Okay, we have 2 in a row now of first 12. And let's see what we get here. That's a 14 red. Okay, we didn't get the trigger yet, so let's go ahead and spin. And also let me know if you guys play blackjack. Let me know if you play blackjack and what strategy you use, because I had a friend come in from out of town earlier in the week, and he only plays blackjack. So I sat down and played for a while, and I did well, but I got close to losing. And let's see, that is, yeah, we don't have a trigger yet. Let's keep spinning. And basically all I did was I started with the smallest bet, which was $15 in martingale. And I did get up to the second from highest bet once, but did well. But you can definitely tell that if you did that long term, you would bust with blackjack. So let's go ahead and spin again. But share in the comments if you have a blackjack strategy that you like, and let me know if you play with the way that you're supposed to play, or if you play where maybe you don't want to risk busting as often. There's some people that do that as well, and but that was interesting because I don't usually play blackjack. We have our 2 in a row right now, but made some good money doing it, and it was fun just to do something different on once. And that's a 26. We still don't have that trigger, but again, worst thing that can happen when your trigger doesn't happen is you just leave with all the profit that you have, and it doesn't take very many wins to get a good day going. Okay, let's go ahead and spin again here and see what we get. Okay, that's a 21 red. Okay, we have 2 in a row. It's same number actually. And that would have been good for that repeater system earlier in the week. And that's a 28 black there. And usually it doesn't take this long for 3 in a row. Sometimes if it's been a while, I'll just get up and get another free drink, walk around, and then look for, a couple in a row before I sit down again. And then a lot of times the third one hits, and then you place your next bet. That's a 30 red. But let's see. It's kind of fun just to walk around the casino, though, and I just love the environment. And I know not everybody does, but I sure do. And I like watching other people win, and it's crazy, too, to see how bad people are at betting in any game. And even when I played blackjack, I couldn't believe that no one was really even using a system. They were just kind of just putting whatever they felt out there each time, and pretty much everyone at the table except for me ended up losing their money. So not that I'm an expert blackjack player or anything. I just made sure that I had a system that I was going to use before I started and stuck to it. And you don't see a lot of that, especially at the roulette table. That's why I've been helping some people. And in Vegas, I did too, help people at the table where I was playing, because the majority of the people that play, it seems like they're betting on like their birthday or their favorite numbers. They don't really have any, strategy. And the good thing about having a strategy is that you're going to stick to whatever you're doing. You're going to come in and you're going to stick to what you're doing no matter what. And that's the way to play. And if it burns you, and we're right at the 15-minute mark. So we're not going to have another trigger with the no boss system. We're just going to leave with $250 profit. We're going to cash out and declare victory, like those shirts at theroulettemaster.com, those cash out shirts. Make sure you get one of those. They remind me to be smart and cash out. Because remember, the times you lose the most is when you get up and then you lose the amount that you're up, and then you press trying to get it back. That's when you really have the bad days in roulette. So when you're up good, cash out and declare victory. And it's not a bad thing just to walk around, have free drinks, and know that you already beat the casino for the day. So let's get to that new strategy now, The Boss's Cousin by Mark Lyon from Kansas City, Missouri. And I can't wait to share with you how that works. And I'm going to use it tonight in the casino. Let's get started. All right, the time is finally here for The Boss's Cousin by Mark Lyon from Kansas City, Missouri. He plays at Ameristar, and I think you're going to love this. I'm going to use this in the casino tonight to make money, and you're going to love how the profits escalate with this. And the first thing that we're going to do with this system is we're going to wait for 5 in a row of a dozen to miss, and then we're going to place $1 on every number in that dozen. So let's go ahead and do that. And let me get those bets placed. And with every loss, our profits are going to escalate. And if you have a bunch of losses and you get a win, you might be able to cash out immediately with a ton of profit. And let's go ahead and spin. This is The Boss's Cousin. It has some similarities to the No Boss Roulette system in that you can get in, get out, and make a lot of money without sitting a long time. And let's go ahead now, and we're going to double this bet because we can, since we waited for 5 in a row to miss. And let's see how many times it takes for us to get the win. The more times that we lose, the more money we're going to make. So we're going to double that up to 48. We need a low number. And if we get one, it's going to pay really well. And here we go. And that's a 12 red. We got the first one. Now that was a $96 win. We're currently up $60. But if we had gone a few more times without winning, it would have paid even more. So now we need 5 in a row again. Let's see what we have there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we already have another trigger. So now we're going to bet on second 12. And same thing. Here we go. And normally you can't use this aggressive of a bet with 12 numbers. But what we're going to do different is the first time we have a bunch of losses and we get a win, we're going to cash out and declare victory. So you're going to see the bet, if we do have a bunch of losses before we get the win, it's going to pay huge. And that's because with each double that we're escalating the profits with each one of these. And that's a 28 black. And we have the trigger before we get started. So let's double up and spin. And I bet we get a second 12 hit here in the next 4 spins. Let's see. And that's a loss there with a 0. But again, with each loss, we have more potential earnings. So let's double that up to 96. And I have a feeling we're going to get it right here, and it's going to pay pretty well. Let's see. We did not. Maybe it'll be on the next one. Okay, here we go. This is The Boss's Cousin. And we have 2 more attempts to get that second 12. And if we get one of these, it's going to be huge, and we're going to be able to cash out immediately. And we did. That's a 15 black. Look at that. That's a $384 win. We're up $264. That's it for the day, but we're going to keep playing this for 15 minutes so you can see if it busts. But it's only an $800 bankroll. It's not a $2,000 bankroll. We're up $264, and if you were doing this in the casino, it would be time to cash out and declare victory over the casino. So let's see what we have now with that. We don't have 5 in a row, so we're going to spin, and that's why I recommend doing this with automated roulette like the No Boss system, so that you don't even have to hit spin. You just sit and wait for 5 in a row to miss. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 now. If we don't hit a third 12, we have another trigger already established. And but just remember, I would have already walked with the cash on this, and you should have also, but we're going to test it out further. So, okay, we have our trigger of 5. So now we're going to bet on third 12. So again, we're going to do this to see how often it loses, if it does. But we do have a nice trigger here. And but once you get over 200 profit, Mark says cash out, and then he wins pretty much every day with this. And if you do hit early, no big deal. You still made a good profit, and we're up $288. So let's go ahead now and see where we're at. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 as a trigger. So if we don't hit the first 12 here, we're going to have another trigger already. And here we go. That's a 2 black, so we did hit the first 12, so we need to go a little farther, but it doesn't take that long to get 5 in a row of a dozen to miss. It actually happens pretty regularly, And again, just like the no boss system, get a drink, get a free drink, and relax. And you don't even have to do anything because you're not even spending. I wouldn't play with this with the live dealer just because they don't like you to sit out a lot. But you can if you want to. And I've just since I went to that G2 E convention and confirmed that the automated machines where the balls are fall and bounce around are legitimate. Then I've been playing those with these strategies like this. So, and then I go to the live dealer to play the other strategies. So let's see what we get here and see if we have a 5 in a row trigger. That's a 17 black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have another trigger. So it's time to bet on third 12 again. And I bet we get it and we make some more money. Let's find out. We're up $288. And let's spin. And again, the more times we miss, the more money we're going to make. Okay, that's a 15 black. So we don't really want to win the first couple, but if we do, that's fine. It's still extra profit. But if we win a little bit later, it's going to be huge. And here we go. But we'll take a good win there. Any win's good. That's a $48 win, and now we're up $324. But if you sit with this one forever, it will eventually bust. So you want to get in and get out, but that every system is that way if you sit too long. So let's see, our trigger now is at 4. If we miss the first 12 right here, we're going to have another trigger, and we did miss it, so we have another trigger already. That's 5 in a row without the first 12 hitting. So let's go ahead and put those out there. So this is very similar to the no boss strategy. It works great if you just win $200-300 and cash out. If you sit and play forever, eventually you'll get burned. That's a 20 black. And let's go ahead now. And we'll double that up and spin. And the more times we miss, the more money we're going to make with this strategy from Mark Lyon. And I'll tell you a little bit about Missouri, too. He plays in Kansas City at Ameristar, which I have a bunch of family there, so I go quite regularly. And the thing I like about casinos in Missouri is you can take multiple people, and we got the win there. That's a 6 black, and that's a $96 win. We're up $384. So let's see if we have a trigger. We don't, so we'll start spinning. But in Missouri, you can get as much top shelf liquor and drinks as you want for free, and you can bring multiple people with you in the VIP room or to the dinners, and they'll take care of all that stuff. So let's go ahead and spin until we have 5 in a row miss again. And here we go. So St. Louis, I like St. Charles, Ameristar, and then the one in Kansas City is good. And let's go ahead and spin until we have our 5 in a row. But I haven't been there as much lately because I've been going to Vegas like once or twice a month lately. And I have 2 more trips planned very soon. And let's see, what are we looking for? Third 12, we have 4 in a row. 1 more without the third 12, we'll have our next trigger. Okay, that's a 23 red. Okay, we have another trigger, third 12. So let's get it, and we'll see how much we make here on third 12. We're up, again, $384. So if you were playing in the casino, I would want you to cash out right now and declare victory. But, and that's a 29 black. You can't complain about winning, even though we'll make less if you win on the first one, because we're up $408. Pretty awesome. So let's spin again. And you're noticing it doesn't take very long to have 5 in a row miss on a dozen. So you're not sitting out that much. But I've got, with these 2 strategies that you're seeing today, I've kind of got used to not, it doesn't bother me anymore because I'm making so much when I win, it's kind of relaxing just to sit and enjoy a free drink until you win another $100 to spin and stuff like that. So let's see, that's a 26 black. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That means if we miss second 12, we'll have our next trigger right here. But we hit second 12, so let's see where we're at now. It won't take long to have 5 in a row. It actually is less than the time it takes to get the 3 in a row of a dozen for the no boss strategy. So it shouldn't take long at all to get our next one going. And then really the first time that you have a bunch of losses and then finally get a win, you can cash out with this system and declare victory for the day. So let's see, we have 4 in a row without the first 12. So let's see if we missed the first 12 here. Oh, we actually hit it. So so now we're looking at second 12. We'll see how long it takes here. But again, just get a drink, relax, and free drink that is, and talk to people, enjoy the casino environment, and wait for the time to place your next bet. And it can be really, really good. I'm going to test this out at the casino tonight and try to get a big win with it, and I'll let you know how it works out. But again, Mark Lyon says he's been, he doesn't play very long either. He gets a good win, and then he cashes out, and that's the way to do it. So let's go ahead and spin here and see if we can get another trigger. This is the boss's cousin. It has some similarities to the no boss, but one doesn't instead of 2. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we miss first 12 here, we'll have another trigger. And here we go. Okay, I think we have our next trigger on low numbers. We do, so let's go ahead and place that bet. Here we go. Again, we're at $408. This is an $800 bankroll system. So that's another nice thing. You're not losing $2,000 if you lose. It's $800. And we lost that one. And again, the more times you lose, the more your profits escalate, because doubling the bet is kind of aggressive for 12 numbers. But that's why we're using a trigger. And that's a 00. Okay, so we lost that one. Let's double up to 48 and spin. And let's see if we can get a low number here. And we did, so that's a good win. 8 black. It's a $96 win. Now we're at $468. But again, like you saw on the one earlier, if you do go farther in the progression, it can be huge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we already have another trigger, and it's second 12. So let's start right there. And if you do go farther in the progression, again, you can make enough in one spin for the entire session. And here, so more risk, more reward. And that's a 34 red. Okay, we lost that one, so we're going to double up, which again seems aggressive for 12 numbers, and it is. That's why we're using a trigger. And we're not doing this all day long. We're trying to get one good big win and cash out. We're just playing for the full 15 minutes today, so you can see the ups and downs of this system and what's possible. And that's a 32 red. And you never know, by us waiting and playing for the full 15 minutes, we might bust on this one. But I have a good feeling we're going to get one of these high bet amounts and win a ton. That's a 26 black. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and double up. And we have 2 more attempts with our $800 bankroll to hit a second 12 hit. You can see on the memory wall over there, we do not have any second 12 hits. So I'm hoping that on these next 2, we get one and we win big. We didn't get it. We only have 1 more attempt. And this is why you want to cash out when you're up $200 or $300. But there is a good chance that we will hit it here. And if we don't hit it here, then we're going to be down a little bit, but nothing crazy. And you're going to notice it's much better than some of these systems where you lose $2,000 if you have a long losing progression. And here we go. That's a 25 red, and unfortunately, we did lose our bankroll on that one. So now we're minus 288. So you can see this is a strategy you don't want to play a long term. But the nice thing is, since we got some wins first, 288 for losing your entire bankroll is not horrible for a strategy where you can make $400, $300 or $400 in one spin. So again, since this is an $800 bankroll system, we can still keep going. And so we haven't. So I shouldn't have said we lost our bankroll. We're at minus 288. So let's see if we have another trigger. And actually, we do. It's still second 12. So we might as well just put that back out there again. And the question is, do we want to go for it again at 384? We could. Let's see. But then we have basic 3. Then you have to start thinking we have $500 left. Let's take that down. Since it's been a long time since second 12 has hit, this is where you have to decide: are you going to start back at the beginning again, or are you gonna increase it a little? And let's go ahead, since we have 800 left. If we do it at 96 and we lose, we're going to have the next one. That's only 300 to do that. If we start at 200, and then we do 200 and 400, that'd be 6. We wouldn't have enough in the bankroll for that. So if we start at 96 and then we lose with 2, then we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and try to get it on the next 2 spins with 96, since we do have the $800 bankroll, and then we'll double this if we lose. Okay, we lost. So it's been a long, long time since second 12 is hit. So we'll double up one more time, and let's hope we get the win here. We have about 400 left in the bankroll. So we can actually do one more of these if we do lose this one at 192, but let's see what we get. Oh my goodness, a double 0. So we probably would have been better off not pushing it and starting back over, but you never know. That's why it's gambling. But we do have enough in the bankroll to do one more spin at 192 to try to get us some ammo, and here we go. And we didn't get it. So again, this is just so we ended up losing the bankroll, but we didn't play. The Mark Lyons would have cashed out when we were up $200 or $300. That's what I'm going to do when I test this at the casino tonight. I'm not going to sit there and just wait until something bad happens. And that's the good lesson for this one and the no boss system. Is it's a get in, get out, win a bunch very quickly, and we didn't have to keep going. I think we were down 2-something after we busted the first time. That's not a horrible loss for a system that can make you $300 on one spin if you have a little late hit. But let me know what you think about these 2 strategies. I'm still using the no boss every time I'm going, and I'm going to use this tonight to try to just a couple times to try to get one good win and cash out, and I'll let you know how it goes. I hope you're enjoying the channel. If you are, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that absolutely love roulette, and that would be fantastic. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.